Now, the very first of the Enduros at the bend, and we get underway. Whincup leaps off the line, finds the bite point on the clutch, pulls a gear and roars down towards turn number 1. McLeod covers the middle of the road, but look at Moffat down the inside. James has made a very strong start. The Tickford cars are side by side as they battle into the first turn. And in fact, McLeod had a fair nibble at Whincup coming into turn 1.
He did. They actually made contact, but what a start by James Moffat. He fired down the inside of everybody, made 3 spots, and he ended up down the inside of his teammate there. And I think they got away with that without actually making contact. This is wild now, down through turn 5.
It's the segment that I talked about in this opening lap of the race with high temps and pressures are down and that has to be managed. Jordan Boys is in that yellow Pizza Hut car. Up on the outside at turn 6 was Jaden Ojoda. It looked like he got in there high and wide, took a while to rescue it back to line. Plummeting down the hill now, 7, 8, 9, turn 10 when they get to the bottom down here, and there's been mistakes this weekend. Our initial order is Whincup, McLeod, Moffat, great start, Winterbottom, Hazelwood, Tandem, Murray, Coulthard, Jones, Slade. That's our 10.
And Jaden Ojoda has lost a bucket load of spots. He's back to 15.
Ran wide at turn 6. So that was a nice run into the first turn there for Cam McLeod. So he got right back in touch. Jamie was very conservative under brakes down there. And a bit of wisdom involved in that to make sure that he didn't overrun. Drone shot is spectacular through turns 14 and 15. And they run down something of a downhill run off the other side. And this is the man on screen on the left-hand side that is sharing with Cam McLeod. Cam Hill was the bloke that put it up there on the front row of the grid.
Here we go.
There's got a big argument going down here into turn 17.
This is where we've seen some chaos here before. And Jack Smith now, almost down the inside of the Premier. I'm holding my breath to make sure that car pops out.
Yeah, that was
Jared Hughes, but I couldn't see whether he was going into pit lane or he was going to stay on the track.
There's a lot of dirt and junk being thrown up there. So they're 2, 3, 4 wide on the run down here. And Jack Perkins is mixed up in this as well. And what a cluster of cars. Boys get shuffled out wide.
Yeah.
So he's not done a lot of racing this year, but we have seen him doing a bit of Trans Am in the past. You've got Dale Wood in there as well in the Penrite entry. And then Tony Delberto is lurking in car number 17 here on screen. And we've got the viewpoint from Jack Perkins' car. Another great shot, which just shows you the size and shape of this racetrack. And there's cars getting shuffled everywhere down the order. Check this out.
That's turn 6. And it's wild because you arrive there at about 230k. And by the time you get the car stopped, the mid-corner speed for that is 80k. Off the road, big one. So that's, I thought it was Cam Crick starting that car. It's one of the wild cards, and I don't reckon he's there by himself.
I've got it going.
So he's got it going, he's got himself out, so there's always the risk of a safety car.
Give it a brake on line, get the dust gravel out.
Yeah, so good communication there to get all the gravel out of the front of that car.
And Declan's down the bottom of the order as well, so I suspect, and he got on the radio, and then I heard it subsequently about something to do with steering, so we'll try and follow up that story for you. But Cam Crick just off to the edge of the road there, lucky to get it out of the gravel and survive that one, no safety car intervention. And here's the other car that I was talking about, and Fraser was on the radio talking about it. And here's what happened down here at the left-hander at turn 6. Crick on Fraser, contact between these cars, and then they interlocked, and that sent Declan out into the weeds and damaged the steering on that car.
So watch, there it is, off the road. You were just talking about how well he was going, but you're on the limit so hard. You're not driving these cars all the time. And this young bloke's just been caught out, just like Ryan Wood yesterday.
Yep, down the bottom of the hill, turn 10. And that's that knife edge on the threshold. Mark Larkham talked about it in his piece of viewpoint from the rear end of the lead car here. So he's thinking about it, pulls to the inside. This time it's got some authority. And Hazelwood now makes a very nice, clean manoeuvre down the inside. And in fact, Whincup just flagged that he didn't want any part of that straight away. Left a ton of room down there, not involved in any argument. And that gives Todd Hazelwood the opportunity now to get some fresh air. So McLeod, I reckon, made light contact with Hughes then.
Yep.
Wing cup on the right, Moffat on the left. And that's a little change to the behaviour of the rear of the car for car number 88. So just tuning up its ability to either turn or drive.
Yep.
Okay, we've got full transfer. We're going to have to wait till the minimum. We're still doing the change. Hang on.
I think it's actually a little bit of a ride height increase at the rear of the car. Doesn't look like that fuel rate is actually gauged properly.
He recoupled.
Yeah.
He actually had it out and he's shaking his head. I'm not sure that it's actually delivering.
There.
So got the car, not the car, go.
Now they'll have to work out how much fuel actually went in.
Just watch and see how efficient this stop is. He hit the marks beautifully.
Going to be clean on drop, mate. There you go on drop.
20 kilos of wheel and tyre.
10 seconds.
He's grabbed the gear, you can hear it clunk in the background.
Clean on exit. 2, 1. Clear.
That was a textbook stop for the Shell V-Power Racing team, and off and out in a clear lane there and departs once more. So that looked like a pretty handy stop for those folks. So we'll watch that with great interest as we keep a very close eye on what's going on with the Superglass Camaro here. This has been a nice job in recovery here by Cam McLeod. Let's go to Ryco, watch this stop.
Yeah, Neil, I'm just hiding around here behind the fuel cell. Yeah, there's a nod of the head. I can see the fuel going down really quickly, really nicely at 3.4 litres, as it should. But when this stop's finished, I just want to quickly dive in and show you. You can see the clear little bit of hose there, right? That's the airflow coming out. That's why they have that little bit clear. Apart from the fact that he's got a timer in front of him there, and he's got a radio being told how much fuel to put in, you can see when the tank's full, that fills up. At the moment, that's airflow. Now, if somewhere between the tank and there's some fuel, just come with me for a sec. If there's fuel, you can see there, that's the airflow. So there's both air coming out and fuel going in, and air going the other way. So here, this is air. Now, if somewhere on the tank of the car, and I might go down and see if we can get up on our CAD, if there's a fuel in there that air can't travel out quickly, that's going to stop your flow. And this is all important stuff for Bathurst, because we see this a lot, and right here, it's a game changer.
Yeah, some little fuel or air lock there having changed things. So, but that has put Jamie well down the order, and a drama here for the Castrol entry, and he's well out in the daisies. So for Moffat, well and truly off the road here. So he's done that at the bottom of the hill, has he?
Yep.
Yeah, down here at turn 10. There's been a few people that have found green down there today, and he's managed to keep it mobile, which is the important part of this story. Brody Kostecki about to leap in this car. That's him signalling on the left of screen. It's been an excellent stint by Todd Hazelwood. Plenty of mileage in Trans Am. Successful test day, Queensland Raceway. Great first stint at the bend.
Great first stint, absolutely.
Brody hops in.
2 new rear tyres we're hearing for Brody Kostecki.
Driver assist just helping to feed the belt.
15 seconds. Another 15 to go.
He can actually see the top of his seat belt. Oh, what was going on there with the Red Bull car? I was focused on Brody, but it looked like he was recovering from a moment down there, and still wind cup at the helm. I think I'm hearing he went off at turn 8.
Yep. Cam Waters has made effect in terms of his pace. He's got a personal best going for him. And there's Brody coming out.
Now that's Mostert in the foreground, because remember, he's been blazing on a young tyre for some time now, so he's got some advantage out of that. That's played them back into the game after Fabian stepped out. Fastest lap of the race belongs to Mostert at present. Meantime, Thomas Randall is torturing the back of Ryan Wood, and he's up the inside. He's almost got that thing on the grass on the run down towards turn number 1. It's a full-blown Mustang drag race into the braking area down here at 1. Woody goes out wide. They are literally side by side, and eventually Wood yields, tries to get a crisscross manoeuvre going, because if he can stick that thing up the inside, it'll make life hard at turn 3. That was seriously a feeler gauge margin when they came out the other side. And there's a tiny little bit of touching and rat-a-tat-tat coming out of turn 3 and into 4. What an impressive battle between those two.
And what about down at turn 6? Just not able to get through 5 quite as well. But his braking is very good down there at 6. So there, that was pretty wild. Very willing between those two at turn 1, 2 and 3.
Tim Slade was the leader. He's now in. Scott Pye out of position number 2. He's into the lane as well. And there was contact between these two on the previous lap, I understand, in the braking area going into turn 6. So they've got a serious little battle going here at the moment in their arm wrestle. There's the onboard. Tell us a bit more about it. Let's have a listen.
That just escaped. There's something there, I reckon.
I've got a feeling there's something on the road there.
So for both drivers there, Golding was right behind him and he went off too. So they're bitten the bullet here. Lap, well, 45 laps to go. They're bitten the bullet to put Feeney in. Massive stint for Jamie Whincup.
Well, they've been running for an hour and 50 minutes. So that's a welcome back to proceedings, isn't it? And out of 18th position comes Jamie Whincup. This will be just about grabbing some points. He's got 3:45 in hand at the moment, Brock Feeney. That's not an issue, and he's got a locked position getting into the elimination finals.
But it does, with 300 points on the line, it does make a huge difference, doesn't it? So Jamie this morning would have been expecting to do 38 laps.
Yeah.
About 10 more seconds left.
This wasn't in the script. Be curious to understand if we get a word with him whether there was anything on the road down there.
Attentional teams, the stewards have imposed a pit lane penalty of drive-through to car 31 for a pit lane speed limiter breach.
James Golding in that car at the moment in 16th position, so that's not good news for Premier Racing. And they need a good stop. He's driven right to the rear bumper of Kostecki's car in that stint. Now for the blast home, 28 laps remaining. He got off to an amazing start in the championship at Sydney Motorsport Park. He brained him. He's had some tough times in between. Clear screen, tear off.
I was on the
Wheels done,
Bill.
waiting for fuel.
Yeah.
Bunch of them in. Payne, Percat, Job Stewart, David Reynolds all in as well. And no doubt they'll react, the Shell V-Power Racing team. Here's Reynolds in the background.
3 to go, almost there. Gonna be clear. Go. Yeah.
It would feel like an eternity sitting there waiting for that fuel to drop in. Cam Waters is serviced all the way home now, so off he goes. 28 remaining. We've been running for 2 hours and 23 minutes as he hooks gears and off on his way.
It's going to be 2 new rear tyres and 2 used fronts here for Kostecki on this stop. He's also got a bit of an awkward angle as he tries to get around the R&J battery set up ahead of them. It is Martin.
All right, let's see how the rejoin goes here. So Waters at the moment is at turn 14. They're making an adjustment to this thing to try and make it nice and peaky for turn as the track grips up at the back end of the race.
10 seconds to go.
We're still waiting for wheels to go on the back end. It's going to be line bore with the fuel. They're counting down.
3, 2.
Waters is out of turn 17 now, the second last corner, but it's 40 kilometres an hour for Brodie on the run to the exit down here. Look in the background because Cam's now lined it up onto the pit straight. Brodie's trundling along at 40 kilometres an hour. They were separated by 0.6 of a second when they separated at the pit stop point for Waters, and that is the fresh margin between them. Game on to the flag, 27 laps remain.
And Waters will look really good here for about half a lap until Brodie can get a balance back and get some tyre temperature and pressure, because remember he had brand new rear tyres only, so he'll have to just be careful for the first half or 3/4 of the lap just to make sure that they come in okay and the balance of the car is all right.
Teams, the stewards have imposed a 5-second time penalty to car 26 for a driving infringement.
Kai Allen gets a rap on the knuckles from the umpire. Turn 6, we're riding with Cam Waters here. he's got the benefit of a slightly warmer tyre. The margin is officially 2 seconds at the moment. Here's the reason Kai is in strife. So that's the incident with car number 31, James Golding, down here. Another angle from the outside of turn 6. Now that 2 seconds will diminish somewhat because of the advantage of the warmer tyre. So it's already got down to 1.8 seconds as Waters tries to just narrow down this margin. And they smartened up this car in the foreground. And they're knowing that yesterday we saw the track improve enormously, and it's rubbered up a lot since then.
Yep.
And so they're counting on the fact that they need more turn in Brodie's car to be able to fend off this charging run that we've seen from Waters. But there was a bit of push through 17, and followed by a bit of second gear wheel spin popping out the other side there at the moment. But neither of them have got much left in the tank. Now, the lap time on the last lap, though, was pretty interesting. So we had a 52.49 for Kostecki, followed by a 52.44 for Waters. So he made the sum total of 5/100ths of a second on that lap.
Yeah, but I think when you get into that position there, you got some airflow effect. Oh, he runs it in deep. That was a mistake then from Kostecki. Kostecki was a little high and wide. He couldn't get it turned back. And Cam made a lot of ground in the middle of turn 6. In fact, that number, when you actually quantify it.
3 laps remain. He's tucked in underneath. You can see the flames being thrown on the gear shift. You'll have a think down here. He'll stand it on its nose, Mostert. He dives for a diagonal to the early apex. Thomas thought about trying to turn down. Chaz had the thing on the wriggle. He was able to stop it just in time, moves it up into position 8. He's impressive. When he's on, he's well and truly on. 27 years of age. He made his debut at Bathurst in 2019. He's still relatively young in his supercar arc in his career. And he's the champion in 2023. And he did it with 6 wins and 10 poles and 18 podiums. And he did an outstanding job last year as well. Into the mid-complex now for the final time. Car just looking beautifully balanced. I just haven't seen the thing slide anywhere through here, and if they're going to slide, this is a place where they'll do it. He's got it out to 2.5 seconds now. Into the second last corner. The Shell V-Power racing crew have gone up to the wall to celebrate this. This is going to mean a lot to them. Brodie Kostecki came to this location with plenty of form. He knows the tricks at the bend, and as the reigning Bathurst champion, Brodie is once again the master of endurance racing as a winner at the bend.
No burnout, please.
Well done, Brodie Kostecki and Todd Hazelwood. 300 points in the back pocket.
Good one, boys.
Kostecki and Hazelwood once again untouchable in the Enduros. Finally broke the will of Cam Waters late in that one. And not a bad recovery for Will Brown and Scott Pye. They were outside the top 10 when they started. From back in 16th, they clawed themselves inside the top 5 with Nick Percat as well. What a great result that is for Percat. Unfortunate day for Cam Hill. Cam McLeod slipping off the road after a nice start outside the top 10 for them. Davison and Alberto had a bit of a rough day after watching their teammate claim the victory.